Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. The fascist Hindutva butcher of Gujarat, Mahindra Modi, is no stranger when it comes to state-sponsored terrorism against innocent Muslim civilians, whether Indian or Pakistani. His disgraceful role in the Gujarat riots led to the deaths of thousands of innocent Indian Muslims during his reign as Chief Minister of Gujarat in 2002 is testament to why some call him the Indian Netanyahu. His far-right fascist government launched a series of terrorist attacks upon Pakistan this week, killing scores of innocent civilians, women, children, and targeting mosques. The Hindutva fascists acted unilaterally, arrogantly, without any legal basis, disregarding international law, legal due process, without providing any evidence for his allegations to evidence that Pakistan was involved in the Pahalgam attacks earlier in April. He acted as judge, jury and executioner, targeting innocent civilians, civilian infrastructure and places of worship. Furthermore, he weaponized water by suspending cooperation on the Indus Waters Treaty, a decades-old water-sharing agreement that's been a vital lifeline for millions in Pakistan, violating thereby international norms, punishing ordinary civilians, and depriving them of their right to the region's water. Hindutva fascist Modi acts like his genocide-perpetrating Zionist friend Netanyahu, both emboldened in their terrorism. Like Israel, Hindutva India, it seems, has started a Zionist approach to Pakistan, and we can probably expect more bombing of innocent targets simply with a charge of so-called terrorism, outside any so-called international law, as Zionists do in Palestine, Lebanon, Syria and Iran. India's intelligence agencies have long been accused by independent analysts of backing separatist terrorist groups within Pakistan, including elements in Balochistan, the TTP and Pashtun nationalist movements, a shadow war that has largely gone unaddressed in global forums. Fascist Modi has long used Zionist tactics upon the innocent Kashmiri Muslims. India has arrested thousands of innocent people in occupied Kashmir under arbitrary detention where they can be held for 2 years. They have even demolished innocent Kashmiri people's homes without legal notice or court orders, targeting those who participate in protests or journalists critical of the government. Even Indian Muslims are not safe from Hindutva fascist Modi's far-right extremists either. Mob violence, car vigilante lynchings, anti-Muslim riots and systematic police inaction. Hindutva-fueled violence has grown alarmingly across India and is well reported. The ideological and tactical parallels between Hindutva extremism and Zionist aggression are both numerous and alarming. On the contrary, and surprisingly to some perhaps, under Mughal rule, Hindus and Muslims in India coexisted within a largely stable society for decades. Similarly, Jews lived for centuries under the Uthmani Khilafah in relative peace alongside Muslims, free to practice their religion and manage their communal affairs. So where did it go wrong? Well, it's after the British colonialists took control over India, as well as across the Muslim world after the demise of the Uthmani Khilafah. The British incited and exploited the Hindu-Muslim identity and differences as part of its divide and rule policy to control and govern its colony. The British strategically cultivated ethnic religious nationalism in India, just as it did in Palestine, to serve their geopolitical interests. They deliberately pitted Jews and Arabs one against the other, Hindus and Muslims against each other, to serve imperial interests, and then left behind unresolved crises, land disputes, border disputes as they withdrew. The ideological birth, rise and the sustaining of both Hindutva and Zionism are deeply rooted in the surrogate legacies of the British colonial empire, which seeded communal hatred for control. At the core of the fascist Hindutva political ideology is making Hindu Rashtra a Hindu nation only without Muslims, promoting Hindu supremacy. Just like the Zionist supremacists who steal Palestinian land, perpetrate genocide, seek to ethnically cleanse it of all Palestinians. Brothers and sisters, at the heart of the crisis in Kashmir and Palestine lies a common thread. Both are Muslim majority lands with rich Islamic histories, stolen from their people by the British colonial powers and handed to belligerent forces to sow division and instability across the Muslim world. This wasn't an accident. It was a deliberate strategy of imperialism. Kashmir was gifted to India, Palestine to the Zionists. Both serve as permanent wounds to the Ummah, kept open by modern-day colonial powers who continue to prop up the occupiers. However, both Hindutva and Zionism are not only ideologically shallow, intellectually primitive, but extremely weak. They only exist and survive due to external political powers which provide them the lifeline needed, especially the West. Even worse, some of this support comes from within the Muslim world. Arab Muslim nations shamefully lead this lifeline. Saudi Arabia provides a quarter of India's total crude oil imports. Qatar provides gas to India. Indian trade with Arab GCC states is in excess of $150 billion annually. And whilst the Zionists bomb Gaza and massacre civilians, the Arab Muslim regimes, what do? They continue to normalize relations, protect and support these Zionist war criminals. Meanwhile, international law, treaties, the United Nations have proven completely useless in defending Muslim life, honor or land. They are tools of the same Western order that created and sustains the Zionist and Hindutva projects. Hindutva, Zionism, US, Russia have constantly shown these institutions and treaties are not worth anything. Hindutva, Zionism, the West, they come together and unite against the Muslims, whether it's Palestine, Pakistan, without regard for the cause, nationality, geography or ethnicity. The list can continue. After all of this, I ask you, brothers and sisters, isn't it high time we as Muslims finally wake up and realize? Firstly, United Nations, international law, international treaties, the West and their institutions do not serve the interests of the Muslims. So will we still continue to call them for help? The Islamic Ummah must realize and cease to call these idols to liberate Palestine or Kashmir or dispense any form of justice. Secondly, we need to exert our effort to work for political unity of the Muslim Ummah. Without Islamic political unity, the Khilafah state, the Islamic Ummah will never be able to defend Muslim life, honor or land. And thirdly, both Kashmir and Palestine must be and will be liberated, and this can only happen with Muslim political unity and through the Muslim armies. We must call for the Muslim armies to intervene in both Palestine and Kashmir to stop the terrorism and oppression of Zionism and Hindutva and liberate the people of these lands. So the question is, will we wake up, or will we keep repeating the same mistakes and expecting justice from those who built their empires upon the blood of this Muslim Ummah? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.